I feel that most people were themselves whenever they were younger and then quickly found out that that was something that was not acceptable and led them to experience bullying and like ridicule and not being accepted in whatever society that they were in, like the cool kid society or just whatever society, period, just whatever environment they were in. You like to play soccer or you want to be on the cheerleading team, but it's cool to be a basketball player, that sort of thing. Or if you were interested in being in like band and orchestra, because I know that was a thing that's like considered corny or lame to want to be in a band or orchestra, and the thing that was like more acceptable was to be in some sort of sport. And if you were like in mathletes or the chess club, stuff like that, it wasn't considered something that was socially acceptable. And majority of the time when people join these things that weren't acceptable, they didn't know that it was acceptable. It was mainly just them going off of their own personal interest and things that they actually like to do. And this is just a general example. I just mean whenever you go and do things that you genuinely enjoy, but it's not socially acceptable for whatever reason. It's like considered something that isn't, I don't want to say cool, but it's just not acceptable, socially acceptable. And because a lot of people either want to fit in, want to have friends, don't want to be ridiculed, don't want to be bullied, that leads to them all of a sudden not being interested in the things that they were naturally interested in. And I feel that that is something that a lot of people go through, It's like a process, because I feel that people spend their entire lives trying to alter themselves so that they fit in a category and a certain type, so that they are acceptable and approved, basically, worthy, basically. And people even switch up the way that they dress to fit what everyone else is dressed as. I can use an example, like even hairstyles, for example. There's like either like some type of famous person or somebody with a certain type of status will wear a certain hairstyle or a certain outfit, and whatever the hairstyle is, then you'll start to see people around you with that same hairstyle, and then that hairstyle is like trending. And there might be some people that might see the hairstyle that might not even think that it's actually that attractive, but because it's something that is popular and trending, there's a lot of people that's going to get that same hairstyle so that they can, be accepted by the people around them or be noticed whenever they go out, especially, again, because it's trending, so a lot of people are aware of it, or at least maybe the people in that same general sense. And I feel that it's just majority of people want love, and all I mean by that is like, being in a community is love, being accepted by people, having that togetherness, that is love. And it even extends out to gangs as well. Like, I'm not about to go into that on this channel, but I just feel like there's a lot of stuff where when you really look at it and you really break it down, that's what it all comes to. It's like people wanting to be a part of something, and it's like, what is the feeling that you get when you are a part of whatever it is, whenever you are doing these trends or being a follower or joining things just to join them. It's like, what is it that you are gaining from doing this? And it's like, there might be some superficial things that someone might say where it's like, well, okay, I get this certain type of status and I got the girl that I wanted, and everybody looks at me and they think that I'm so much better than whatever it is. Or they're like, oh, well, I get this type of treatment or whatever. And it's like, a lot of times it's a lot deeper than just whatever somebody tells you, And there's some things where people change themselves so much to fit in with whatever they're trying to be a part of, to the point where they really don't know themselves anymore. And it's even worse when, you know, they were still discovering themselves. So while they're in this thing, it's like some of them don't even know that this personality or these aesthetics or these behaviors aren't even really who they are, because they don't know who they are yet, you know. So they just decided to cling on to something because, you know, they were still discovering themselves. And again, like, people want to be a part of things, people want to be together with other people. Like, a good example, like, to try to make sense of what I'm saying is, like, you know, like tribes, like how in movies they'll show like certain types of tribes or certain types of groups, or like even in like the I'm not gonna say the medieval time, I'm not sure what the word is, but just small towns, for example. Like, you'll see it in movies, like how everybody's like living next to each other, how people can go to their neighbor and ask them something and they actually spend time together, they do things together. And like tribes are like that as well. There's like a real strong togetherness about it. A lot of times that togetherness and that acceptingness from, you know, a huge community is a part of why people end up feeling that like love and accepting feeling. Let me re-say that. Whenever people are accepting of you, or a large community is basically accepting you to be a part of their community and their group, it's like you're filled with all of those positive emotions and reaffirming emotions, and it can be another form of love that you are experiencing when you are accepted. So whenever you're not accepted, it feels like you're not loved, you know, and it's a trigger, you know. And to help better understand that, just if you were one of those people that altered a bunch of things about yourself, whether that was the way that you spoke, or like your aesthetic, or hiding the things that you genuinely like, you know, switching the music that you listen to, and like, you know, starting to behave in a certain type of way, and again, dressing a certain type of way, wearing certain types of clothes, certain types of hairstyles, just anything that's away from your original self. And to see that these people are now accepting of you, you're registering it in your mind, like, now I am worth loving, now I am worth being a part of this community, now I am worth being accepted, and I am actually worth something now. And I feel like there's a lot of people that register it like that, and there's some people that continue to do this all the way up until their adulthood. And so years of practice not being yourself, it can be very hard to start to make that transition towards going towards your authentic self and having that authenticity about yourself. And it can be very scary as well, especially if you are still holding on to certain things that happened in the past, where whatever emotions that came up that you started to feel when you weren't accepted, you know that those emotions might come to be about again. And it's like the more that you know, heal, and you'll learn certain skills to be able to deal with certain types of emotions, because no matter what level or where you reach or whatever it is, it's like you're still going to experience all types of emotions. It's just the impact and like how you react to those emotions is really what it's about. I started this channel with the name that my family actually calls me, Shawnee. I've been called that name like my entire life. It's a derivative of my first name, but only people like that are in my immediate close family call me that, and no one on the outside ever did. And that's why I decided to start this channel introducing myself as Shawnee, as a sense of community, you know. The information that I'm putting out here, I've literally had conversations about the same exact thing, telling my closest family members about this information, because like how I perceive it is like whatever information that I can tell someone that can be genuinely helpful, that's mainly the mindset that I have whenever I make these videos, because I can see from other perspectives and have an understanding of how it might feel to people who could be going through things and dealing with things and not understand what's happening, not knowing how to deal with it, and not knowing what to do to move forward, and not even being aware necessarily that anything's going on, and just knowing like what could be happening internally is a part of the reason why I make these videos for people. And again, with my name, like Shawnee, it's just, again, like just that sense of community. Like, I'm really appreciative of all the people that have resonated with the things that I'm saying, because it means like that you're noticing either things in your life or you're noticing things in other people's lives around you, and like connecting the dots and noticing those patterns and just moving towards, you know, helping yourself, you know. Some people aren't gonna, like, you're not gonna be able to solve a problem if you don't know there is one, and if you don't notice one, you know. So it's like the fact that people are seeing them and seeing the video means that some people are actually noticing the different things in their life that they could work on, or someone that they know, you know. And it's just a very, that's the whole intention, you know what I'm saying, to help bring light to these sort of things. And for the people that comment under the videos, either explaining how they feel, or just making like a kind comment, or talking about different things they might have noticed, or, you know, inputting some of their own insight, it's like really appreciated. There's some people within the community that will answer other people's comments, which is great, because sometimes like I either just don't get to it, or certain types of information, sometimes I could tell that it's not even something like to respond to. It's mainly just somebody wanted to like share a part of their life, you know, and it's really amazing. And for the people that DM me as well on my Instagram, that's really appreciated as well, because I genuinely am excited for each person that lets me know like what video or what types of things is it specifically that's actually like helping them, and what types of videos that they would like to see in the future. Like, I'm appreciative of all of that. So if you have any suggestions, you could either DM me on my Instagram to let me know what specific things in your life that you feel like you would like some insight on, or you could leave a comment. But I really am grateful for every single person that has came across this channel. Everything is creativity, like everything, you know, even words is creative, you know. Being able to articulate yourself is creative, and connecting with people is also creative. And so in a sense, everyone here is a creative. But if you resonated with anything I spoke about in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing, so that this video reaches more people that may also need to hear this message. I am just genuinely appreciative of the fact that this is actually helping people, and in any way that I could help more is mainly what my intention is going to continue to be. However more detailed I need to be, that's more so the specifics. But thank you, and bye.